Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for stopping by Healing Conversations with Z. I'm Zuri Bibi, and we'll be having our uh, segment of conversation about. See, I should write notes. I don't like writing things down. I just like doing one take. Um, Focus. So you can tell I need to focus. Maybe if I wrote some things down, I'd be able to focus a little better. But that's just me. Um, Dealing with how not focusing or not focusing correctly will affect or has affected your inner child. Um, I like how I kind of did the reading conversation last time, so I'm going to try to remember how I did it before and go from there. Fixing this camera, I'm seeing stuff. I am a work in progress. This is just you're gonna see me do stuff like this for a while until I get it right. But anyway, I want to ask the answer. Well, first I want to ask for protection. I'm ask the angels and the Lord and everybody, my guardians, everybody that watches over me to be in the room here with me as I do this reading. I say that because for some reason it's like I feel like a blockage, like they don't like what I'm saying, and maybe I'm saying the right thing. Maybe because sometimes I don't think I'm saying anything clear enough, but apparently I am saying it clear enough, whereas people don't want me to say it, or they want to distort what I'm saying. Either way, um, you can't hide it. The message will get out. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. So if you're messing with me, I'm a child of the King. You're gonna have to deal with him because I'm not gonna fight you. I'm gonna put it in the Lord's hand. I'm gonna let the angels, let my guardians, let my ancestors handle whatever spirit of division, of trickery, or foolishness. I'm gonna let them deal with it, and I'm just gonna continue to move forward with the message that's on my mind. And like I said, today it's focus. Um, so speaking of the ancestors, I'm gonna pull out these cards, the Aboriginal cards, and see what the ancestors have to say about focusing. The lack of focus will affect how you move forward in your life. As a child, a lack of focus caused other issues, whether it was you or in your family line. Oh, that's too many cards. Oh, here we go. Irritation. A lack of focus caused irritation. So let's see what it says. Of course, I move everything around, and all my books are way over this way. But anyway, that's number 3. Irritation. Reactive, painful irritation. Oh, and this is called bracken fern. Bracken fern. Sorry about the glare. Bracken fern medicine is so irritating that it has manifested into physical pain. Ignoring the issue does not mean they are resolved. It simply means you must deal with them later. Sometimes waiting till later can be a benefit, provided the intent is to devise a way to manage the situation more effectively. However, when you're just ignoring the situation hoping it will go away, it simply intensifies. The problem it it simply intensifies the problem and makes it worse than it was in the beginning. Time tends to distort the truth and taints things in a way that changes the original truth of the situation. While we can discount our feelings and mute our voices, the body has other ways to express its emotional pain. Before long, we find ourselves being inflicted with physical illness, which has manifested because of ignoring the real issue. Upon reflection, at least you got sympathy for a physical illness, but being sick only added to your burden and frustrations. Rather than making good decisions, you found yourself in a worse position. So, lack of focus caused more problems when you could have dealt with it much sooner. It caused you to be reactive. Um, Kind of interesting. They always say deal with things as they happen, and that way it won't become bigger than it was, like it said. I want to see what the spirit animal that we can, that will help us deal with this issue is for today. Lizard. And I think that's that animal, I think that's a fire animal, because the other one looked like had that same symbol. Fire. Yep, fire. Let's find it. Lizard. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception, as if it has a sixth sense. The lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights and big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. When the lizard is in balance, it's artistic, telepathic, and spiritual. When out of balance, it's elusive, non-committal, and flaky. To bring it to balance, a creative project. So, by not having the focus, you're flaky, wishy-washy, here or there, flighty. But when you are in balance, you're very spiritual. You realize your gifts. You know how to use them. You're very creative artistically, and you're telepathic. So, and helping to obtain the focus you need, you can begin another creative project. And so for me, doing this is a creative project for me. I like doing it. It's fun. The cards speak to me. I understand what's being said, and I can actually apply these things to my life. And so me doing this, I hope that I can say these things to you all who are watching, and you can apply these ways to heal yourself in your life. Go out and become creative, learn a new skill, relax, meditate, do things like that. What does our spirit guides have to say about this on how to focus? Focusing. What do we need to do? How can focusing help the inner child in you? Oh wow. It says, set your intentions. So that means, set a goal. I'm going to read that one. I've never gotten that one before. Set your intentions. You are living in a world of creation. Within your mind, you are able to manifest any situation that you want to experience, as long as you clearly know what you desire. Then you must purposely set your intention. By setting your intention, you are sending a conscious thought out to the universe that you want something specific to occur. The universe will give you exactly what your soul sends out. So the clarity and purity of your intention is essential. You then need to act as if your intention has manifested. The key to manifestation rests in your ability to hold the focus of your intention and not waver, because otherwise you will confuse the universal ordering. When you meditate and commune with your guides, you will often receive a vision of a life event that you all agree will be worth experiencing. The spirit world will work on their end, but it is incumbent upon you to set the intention and then be open and receptive. Like real seeds, intentions cannot grow if you hold on to them. When you achieve clarity and are ready to let go, release them into the universe so that they can find fertile ground to grow. The more you use passion and emotional energy to put forth your desire, the more energy you are allowing the universe to use for the manifestation. The next step after releasing them is to let them go without any sense of attachment. Just remain centered in a restful awareness of receiving back to you what is for your highest growth. Amen. So, once you set intentions, you have to gain focus. You have to gain the focus and to pursue it. And then once you speak it out, what your goal is. You speak things into being. So once you speak out what you want, it goes out into the world. Your ancestors and your guides and angels and the Lord will, set things up where it will come to you as long as you remain in the vibration of receiving. That means you can't change, say, I want this, and then turn around and say, nah, maybe I don't want it. Because then you're confusing your guides. You have to be consistent. You have to remain focused in what you're requesting. And then you have to do things to, you have to be moving, doing things that will allow you to explore the different opportunities, because a lot of times when you do things, it might not even have anything to do with the goal that you're setting. You are setting the goal. You are setting things up to receive the goal, because you're moving, you're doing something in some way, shape, and form. You're giving body, your body is building a memory of how to do something, and whatever it is that your goal was, you can have that movement that will assist you once you get to the point where you're in your working on your goal. Currently, what does the ancestors have to say after hearing the spirit guides say set your intention? How can setting your intention help you with your inner child? A lot of times you feel you might have felt as a child that nobody paid attention to you, so you felt neglected, so you just didn't do anything. You just moved into the background. You stopped focusing on yourself, and you felt like, well, maybe if I focus on other people, that will help me, but it didn't. Challenge. It is a challenge to focus sometimes. This is the Wombat challenge. So how focusing affects your inner child, it's a challenge. You have so many things coming at you at once. What I would like to say is, as a challenge, the minute you begin to work on your inner child, challenges come up. Things happen. People start pulling at you. They start wanting you to do other things other than what you've planned on. It's like they know, oh, they're trying to fix themselves. They're trying to get their life straightened out. They're trying to move further. Or they think they're too good for us, so now, they don't want to be with us. Oh, no, we're going to pull them back. Things like that happen. Financial things happen. Physical things happen. And I was talking about curses, and I don't necessarily want to say that those things are curses per se, but or karmic, because a lot of it is karmic. If you give in, if you lose your focus, the challenge is even harder. Reaching the goals you're trying to reach. This is number 24, which is a 6. Let me back up. Irritation is a number 3, and the 3 can be a broken heart. It can be celebration. It can be working together in the tarot. And this is a 24. So a 2 is working together. A 4 is resting. 6, it could be a victory. You can win that victory in your challenge. Let me pull up the number 24. Wombat, solitary, challenge, and awkward. The wombat is a solitary creature who prefers his own company rather than that of others. His singular focus of meeting only his own needs can be confused with selfishness, when it is merely his skill in minding his own business. Wombat appears to dawdle through life at a slow and steady pace, not concerned with what is going on around him. However, when the situation calls for a quick and hasty response, Wombat possesses amazing agility and speed that surprises those who expected him to be slow and clumsy. Wombat builds his home deep underground in a burrow, complete with sleeping chambers. Interestingly, his home is always built with at least two exits, thus enabling him to escape should he be ambushed by opportunists. He can rise to any challenge and not only protect himself, but will fiercely defend his own territory. Currently, sitting in the background and running away from a situation does not mean you will not be affected by what is happening. Eventually, you will be forced to make decisions and choose sides. Rather than being surprised by this development, be prepared to act rather than react. Gather your information and prepare now, not later, because the delay may restrict your options. In this situation, you need to ensure you have a range of options available so the decisions made are best for you rather than what others think is best for you. Take control, but ensure you have an exit plan in place. So, in focusing, you need to make sure, whatever the situation is or was dealing with your childhood issue, your inner child, you need to be able to make decisions. When you go back and review the things that happened, you need to look at the whole situation and deal with it in the best way that's best for you, because maybe back then other people made decisions that they thought were best for you but probably wasn't, and that is what's affecting you currently. Interesting. What else do I want to say? Let's see. These yoga cards are pretty cool, but I like what they say. I like the message. The Mystic Mudra. Okay. And it is the bow pose. I love myself and trust in my higher power. I am fearless and strong. When you regain your focus, that's what, you begin to trust yourself and love yourself. And then you'll become fearless and strong. A lot of times people don't like that to happen for you, though. I like these Kipper cards. I want to see what the Kipper story is before I pull out the cards. Dealing with the inner child and focus. What's the issue? 3 more. Deal with the inner child. 2 more. Inner child and how focusing. I see a story here so far. Here we go. So, apparently, this is how the cards fell out. Maybe as a child, there was some type of theft. Something was stolen from you. And there was a courthouse issue. There was a main female in the issue. There was a lot of despair in the issue. And there is a message of concern, and I can move it around. There was a thief and a message of concern that caused despair for a main female and had to go to court. Yeah. So maybe as a child there were some things going on, Thief can be a lot of things. You know, something was stolen from you as a child. You know, or molestation, physical abuse, mental abuse. And maybe somebody, you know, found out about it and they um, sent a message to somebody and it caused a lot of despair. And so there was a main female. Hopefully she wasn't the one that did it. But maybe they had to go to court or they went to court to help you deal with the situation. Interesting how these stories come up. All right. So let's see what the with the cards will say as far as I'll pull these cards and see how it affects you, because I never say that this is a twin flame channel. I need to say that in the beginning, because this is a twin flame channel. Whatever happened, I talk about the things because maybe there are people that are in twin flame relationships and they don't realize the things that are going on in their life as a child or as a young child. Their childhood affected them and their relationship. And so I decided to put this channel up to just talk about stuff like that. It's not the most common or comfortable conversation to have. Most people don't like talking about it. They're embarrassed, or they don't even remember the things that have happened. Because for me, I'm remembering things that happened to me, and it's pretty interesting. And that was one of the reasons why I decided to open up this channel to deal with it. But I'm pulling these cards to show how it has affected you and your twin flame relationship. And from my understanding, first card up is four of wands, and this is union. It affected union some type of way. You have the Four of Wands, the Four of Swords, Justice, the Lovers, Six of Cups, the Moon, Daughter of Cups, and Daughter of Cups is a Page of Cups, and the Five of Swords. So the story that I'm looking at it as far as in order for you to heal your union, you need to do some childhood inner child work, which we're doing right now, because whatever happened, the roots were deep. It's affecting your union, and whatever happened in these Four of Swords is hidden. Whatever it was that was hidden, you have to dig deep into this issue. You have to dig deep because it's hidden. The Moon is hidden. So you need to work on that, because you can get justice emotionally. This emotionally, you can get your justice. As far as the Lovers, you'll stop fighting. Once you deal with the issue of your child. Once you deal with whatever it is, focusing. Once you do that, it will heal things. Let me let me go through this and add some more. See what else these cards need to say. Yeah, for the first one, had nightmares. You're gonna have to deal with it, nightmares, because you're having nightmares right now. And a lot of cards came out for this one. You want to build, and you want to build emotionally. Start over using your King of Cups energy, because apparently in the past you weren't focusing. Most people would say, well, you're not focusing on any of the cups, 4 cups, but you're focusing on the one because something happened here. Three of Cups. Either that was a celebration or it was creeping, And if you're sad about it, it was creeping. 9 times out of 10. To get your justice to come forward, you're going to have to transform. You're going to have to transform. You're going to have to transform your way of thinking, mentally, whatever is going on in your mind. You're going to have to transform those thoughts. And spiritually, you're going to have to heal spiritually. For the lovers, this fighting, it's going to have to be a spiritual healing. You're going to have to do it that way. What else am I going to do? I didn't ask the question, but I'll keep it going. You must know what I'm talking about. You were having nightmares which caused sorrow. And what is this? Wands. Coming forward. You had a lot of sorrow. So it's a bull here, so they were stubborn. And to clarify all of this, you're having you're starting over. You're going to have to work together. You're going to have to work together with your twin. And what about this transformation? What about this transformation? You're going to have to transform in order to have happiness. And for the 7 of Wands,